It's a beautiful summer day. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to this week's practice. I've got my mat. I'm outside. I am on the hard surface. So if you need something to put under your knees when we go into tabletop, go ahead and grab that now. I've got an extra mat here that I'll be using. So, sitting and grounding our sits bones. We'll focus on our breath, setting an intention for the practice, hearing the birds in the background, waking up to this glorious morning, stacking our spine over our sits bones, scanning our body, setting an intention to be kind, to be in the moment, and present, either with your eyes closed or a soft gaze, finding your breath, inhaling, starting with your belly, going into your lungs, your upper chest, and then exhaling. And as you empty out all that air, almost as if your navel is going back towards your spine, emptying and releasing all that air. And another inhale, filling up the lungs, and then slowly exhaling, and pulling that navel back towards your spine. Inhaling, and your inhalation can be through your nose or your mouth. And same with your exhalation. Maybe try it 3 more times through your nose. Inhaling, filling up the belly, moving into the chest. And exhaling. And we'll do it 3 more times, and this time let's do it through our mouth. Inhaling, just noticing the difference in that mouth inhalation and exhaling through our mouth. Two more times, inhaling through the mouth. And And exhaling. Inhalation. Exhalation. And sitting with that, and just noticing, going back to a steady breath. And let's switch our legs. So however you were seated, maybe cross your legs. You can even extend them out if you'd like straight. Placing your right arm next to you, hand on the ground, taking your left arm over for a nice twist. Opening up that side. Yes, this is more of a stretch, less of a twist, more of a stretch. You're taking your gaze up and down, looking at your hand, up towards your elbow and down. And the next time you take your gaze up, taking that left hand down, taking the right arm up and over for a nice side stretch. Really opening up that side, taking your gaze down towards your fingers and up towards the sky. And down towards your fingers, up towards the sky. One more rotation. And then coming back to neutral, taking our hands, placing them behind you, and changing the legs. Taking our arms up overhead, placing your palms, the root of your spine, or the root of your neck, not pushing your head forward, just simply placing. And let's do a right bend, keeping those elbows open, neutral, and to the left. Neutral. We'll do this 3 more times for each side. Noticing a little more. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can also try putting your hands on your shoulders and doing the bends this way. If you have your hands clasped, let's put them on our shoulders and let's open and close. And make sure you have some extension between your ears and your shoulders. Don't want your shoulders to be clenched up towards your ears. Noticing the space. And we'll open and close. It's interesting how the dogs are getting used to me doing these exercises with you all, and don't even bother me anymore. They come sniff and then go on their way. Okay, extending our arms at shoulder level. Let's do some wrist rotations. And opposite way. Okay. And taking those arms overhead, taking the right arm behind us, placing the left hand over the knee. Let's twist. Taking a breath and exhale. And we'll do 3 of them here. 2. And another deep inhale. Taking our arms up and going over to the left. Finding that deep breath. Nice twist. Taking them straight overhead, bending forward. A nice stretch. Taking our fingertips and walking our fingers out. Forward fold. Nice cleansing breath. Walking back up. Taking those arms overhead, placing the hands in the back. Switching those legs. Arms overhead. Almost as if we're doing sun salutations in a seated position. Taking those palms forward, stretching through the hips, nice forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, coming up, placing the hands to the side. A tall spine. Putting our chest up to the sun. And breathing into that. Extending our legs out to the front. Breathing into that. Maybe even taking our arms a little bit more extended behind our backs, arching up with our chest to the sky. Knees can be a little bit bent, feet flexed. Saying good morning with your breath to this beautiful morning. We'll take our arms up and gently forward fold, taking a look at those toes. Arms could be rested on your shins or knees, taking a forward fold into that. Legs can be slightly bent. With each inhalation coming out and each exhalation folding a little deeper into the stretch. Coming up, as we come up, bringing the right knee and the right foot up. Taking our left elbow, wrapping it around that right knee, using our hand behind us to a nice twist of the spine. Also take our arm out. Our gaze can be over, looking at our left foot. It can be looking to the right, or it can be looking back at that left hand. Experiment with the range of motion you have in your neck today. Bringing that right foot back in, bringing the left foot up, hugging that left leg with that right arm, twisting, extending that left arm back, checking those toes out with your gaze. Looking to the side, looking to the left side, and then see about extending the gaze behind you to that left arm. Untwist, taking that right leg back again, the left leg meeting the right leg. Sitting up, extending, and forward fold into a nice bend. You may notice you can go a little bit further. Do not lock out those knees. Feet can be flexed. You might even experiment with pointing those toes if that feels good for you this morning. Breathing in to that forward fold. Exhalation. Coming up and putting the heels of the feet together. Heels of the feet together. Extending our spine, cobbler. If this is not comfortable for your practice today, you can sit cross-legged as well. We're going to go over to the right, stretching, extending our fingertips, breathing into that stretch, maybe going over a little bit more, taking that nose to the knee on the right side, feeling a nice stretch, back to center, and then over to the left side. Be kind to yourself. If there's any pinching or binding, please back out of it. Experiment, but be kind. Back to front. and coming up. Bringing those knees together. And let's hug them. Let's hug them, making our spine really long and elongated. And see if we can let go and still stay this close to our knees. Using those stomach muscles, I've engaged my quads to really stay in this ball. And let's hug again, seeing if we can put the opposite arm on top, hugging those knees in. Nice, nice. Okay, if you have your blanket handy, we're gonna move to tabletop and finding a nice tabletop. Your toes can be tucked or they can be extended or pointed. So flexed or pointed, flexed or pointed. And with your hands, if your wrists are sensitive, you can try some fists, but we're going to stretch out those wrists a little bit. So just moving gently forward and back in our table. Moving through those wrists, the hands, and taking the right hand and twisting it with your fingers pointed back at your knee, gently rocking. Again, if there's any binding or fatigue or tinge feelings in your wrists, your elbows, back out of it. We'll replace that right hand, taking the left hand, twisting those fingers towards the knees. Sitting at our computers, typing, writing letters, holding books, things like that. And we're going to come up on our knees and we're going to tuck our toes under. We're going to sit on those toes. Now, for some folks, and for me included, this is a very unusual posture. I just want to try it for a second or two. And then let's tuck those under. Ooh. See if we can come back and sit on our thighs. If not, you can always put a block or a pillow underneath. Again, opening up those heels, feeling a nice stretch along your shins. We're going to move to the side. You can stay forward on your mat. I just want you guys to have a different perspective. Taking the leg out, got my right leg out, planting my hands on the mat or on the ground in front of you, taking your right arm up, taking your gaze up towards the sun. Nice balance. If it's in your practice, do some balance and bring that leg up. Doesn't look like it's in my practice today, but sometimes it is. Opening up that chest, Bringing that right arm down to meet the left arm and taking that left arm back. Now, if this is a little bit much for your shoulder, you can always take your arm behind your back or you can bend it. Bring that down. Close that up. And take the opposite leg out. Again, it can be pointed, it can be flexed. Planting the right arm, taking the left arm up, gazing, breathing. Do not hold your breath. If it's in your practice to take that leg up, find some balance. Today, I'm a little off kilter, but it's all right. Taking that left arm down, taking the right arm up, twisting into it, whatever feels good for you. Bringing that right arm down, finding the balance. Back to tabletop. We're going to tuck our toes under, lifting our knees up for a baby dog, a puppy dog, and then pushing into downward dog. So, finding your balance here. You can walk your dog out. You can stay on your toes. At any time, feel free to come down into child's pose, either stacking your hands or extending them in front of you. For a few cleansing breaths, typically I find 3 breaths are what I like, but it may vary. Coming out, tucking my toes, pushing back in to downward dog, stretching, taking that right leg up, placing the right knee on my mat, bringing my left leg through, tucking the toes under my right leg. And you can stay here if you'd like, bringing your arms up overhead, or if you'd like a little bit more leg work, go into a low lunge. No holding of the breath. Bringing our arms down and taking that right leg and stepping up to the front of the mat, forward fold, halfway up, back down to forward fold, and then we'll come all the way up. Hands overhead to prayer, to heart center. Breathing up, forward fold, exhale, halfway up, Forward fold. Take the left leg back. Plant the knee down. Bring the arms up overhead. If you want to tuck that left toe or those left toes, take it up for a low lunge. Feel free to do so. Nice. Do not hold your breath. Bring your hands down, frame your right foot. Bring your left foot up, forward fold. And let's come up. Hands to heart. Find your breath. We'll do this one more time. Hands up, overhead, forward fold, halfway up, forward fold, plant your hands, take the right leg back. You can plant the knee, coming up, or tuck the toes. Frame the left foot. Bring the right foot up, forward fold, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bending the legs, coming all the way up. Hands to heart center. Arms up, forward fold, exhale, left foot back. You can plant the knee, bringing the arms up overhead. Low lunge. Planting the hands on the right foot, bringing the left foot forward, forward fold, halfway up, forward fold, bending the knees, coming up. We'll take a seat, lay down in supine, using our hands or not, rolling back, extending the legs long, arms stretched up overhead, stretching and releasing. Let's stretch again, stretch and release. 2 more times, stretching and release. And 1 more time, stretching and release. Bringing the knees up to the sky, feet about hip distance apart. Let's bring our knees together. Relax those knees in, bringing our hands down on our bellies. And scan our bodies. Maybe taking our gaze over to the right and neutral and to the left and neutral neutral. We'll do this 2 more times on each side. Flowing to the right, neutral, left, neutral. Last time. And taking your knees up, arms overhead, dialing your knees to the right side, nice side twist, bringing your left arm down, and bringing your right arm down, left arm overhead, dialing the knees to the left side. With your breath, back and forth. Don't forget to breathe. Knees up, both arms overhead. Bringing the knees up closer together. Taking the left leg long, hugging the right knee into the chest. You can even bring your nose up to that right knee if you'd like. Taking your shoulder blades off the mat. Relax, taking your shoulders and your head back down to the mat. Taking the knee in the right hand, opening that knee to the right. Left arm can be extended to a T on the left side. Taking that knee across the body, folding into that left side, opening up the right arm, hips come off, shoulder blades can stay extended. Unfolding, hugging that knee in, extending it down, bringing the left leg up. Hugging that left leg in, taking the shoulder blades, your nose to knee, placing your shoulder blades and your head back on the mat, taking that knee in the left hand, opening it up to the left. Having that knee go across the midline, taking the left knee in the right hand, taking it over to the right, extending the left hand to the left in a T for a nice stretch. Shoulder blades can stay on the mat. Sometimes the left shoulder blade, left shoulder will come off. Bringing that left leg back over and extending it down. Extending your arms, extending your legs, getting ready for Shavasana. Maybe pointing those toes, clenching the fists, tightening your buttocks and your legs, your arms, and releasing. Let's do that one more time, clenching. Maybe this time we'll flex our feet, engage all the muscles of your legs and arms, and releasing. And one more time, this time, flex your feet, clench your fingers, engage all your muscles, and even engage your face and your neck if you can. And release. Splay your legs open, your feet, hands palm up. Breathing, maybe into the mind's eye. Slowly bringing some movement back to the toes and the feet and the fingers. As if you're waking up for the first time in the morning. Maybe taking your arms overhead for a nice stretch, rolling on to your right or your left side. Taking a few cleansing breaths. And slowly finding your way back to seated position. Scanning the body. Taking our arms wide, encompassing the fullness of the day. Palms together, bringing it down into your heart center. The student and teacher in me honors the student and teacher in each and every one of you. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.